Okay, this is part 4. I've turned the light down a little bit because I think it helps you see better. So I've blended the edge and I've moved my black up in the corner. So now I have this little bit of height up here, okay? That's going to lengthen out my eyes. If you have really round eyes, lengthening out the eyes can be helpful. If your eyes are upturned a little bit, you may not want to do this. You may want to keep it the way that it was before. But most of us could use a little bit of lift, and this is how you fake that, okay? One thing I want to say about black eyeshadow and why it's not quite as scary as you might think is because when you're looking at me like this, really all it looks like is thick eyeliner. That's all. You're looking at yourself like this, but you're not walking around like that. Nobody's seeing that. And when you blink, people just get this like a split second of the darkness, but honestly, your lashes are going to cover all of that up anyway. So don't be afraid. Have a date with yourself first if you need to, and play with covering out your whole eyelid. You don't have to use black. You can start with a brown or a gray, but it should be a matte color and it should be dark and a little bit scary. Okay, I want to really slow this down for you. From the outside in, okay? We're using the top of the brush and it's sitting under that shelf of the eye, and half the brush is on the black and half of it is not. So we're pulling gently a little bit of that black color upward, and my motions are moving upward ever so slightly right there. Then once you feel like it's giving you that little bit of a cat eye thing, now you just go in and soften that on top with an even softer touch, okay? So we're pulling it first, then you're gonna soften your touch and just barely feather over it over and over and over again until you can't see where it stops and where it starts. And I've made a little bit of a mess. We're gonna clean up messes in the end, so don't get distracted. Just keep making progress, keep moving to the next step. Now we're gonna do some color on the bottom, okay? So it's a smoky eye, but instead of taking the black all the way around, my general rule is to do 50% of the darkness below that you have on top. Okay, so pick something that's quite a bit lighter to go underneath when you're gonna smoke out your whole eye. I'm using a dark green. I have no idea where it came from. It's an old shadow, and there are plenty out there. It does not have to be green. You can use purple, you can use blue, you can use anything. I'm choosing one that has a little bit of shimmer to it so that it's reflecting light up and not looking quite so dark. So this is a matte black. Down here, I'm gonna go with a shimmery green. Starting with my brow brush that's been cleaned off, I'm gonna go in and do the waterline and add one layer of that green. All right, go to part 5 and I'll break down exactly how we got that on there and how far down we need to go.